Everyone, it's Jenny. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. So I have come on, I'm a little bit behind on my mixed media challenge that's hosted by Amanda from Scrimping Mummy. So I think I've got week 3, 4, 5 and 6 to do. So we're on week 3. If you remember, or if you followed me along, you'll know I'm doing it in my mixed media book that I've started with Amanda. So week 1 we've already done the leaves, and week 2 we did the butterflies. Now my butterflies weren't that great. So week 3 we have got, the sentiments are fragile yet resilient, feathers apart, and when angels are near. And then the prompts are feathers, so we have to use feathers. The first one has to go in. And then we've got doodle, distressed edges, white space, and handwriting. So what I thought I would do is, this is our colour palette that we're using this challenge, and Amanda has given us some gorgeous feathers which, you know, I might use, but I want to make my own as well. So what I've done is I've gone through my colour palette. I have had a little practice because I've got them on the floor drying in the sun at the moment. So I've sort of made some various colours, trying to use up what I've got. I've got these glass paints, which I've never, you know, I have used them before, but not for glass. And they're very, very similar in colours. So we've got those. I've also got a couple of pigment inks, so they're very sort of similar to those two colours. I've got my Posh rainbow inks in those 4 colours. So we've got the white, we've got the metallic blue, metallic violet, and metallic pink. And I should be able to mix them and make up some colours. I've also gone through my markers and things. I've got a watercolour, which is very much that one, and I've got a aqua marker, which is very much that one. And then also I've got my metallic paints to fall back on. But what I thought I would do is just show you what I've been doing already. They are drying in the sun and they're not quite dry yet, so they're still drying. So these are my feathers, and that's the first sort of stage of the feather, but it's still drying, as I say. And I've done various ones which are in different stages of drying. So those are the blue ones. Just put them back on the floor in the sun. And then I did start a purple one. I mean, it doesn't look very much at the moment, but you've got to build up the feather. So what I thought I'd do is just show you sort of how I do it, and it's pretty simple. It's just using a toothbrush basically. So all I do is I just draw my sort of middle line of the feather round, you know, however you want it, just to give me an idea of how to get on it. And then depends what colour you want to use. So I'll probably start with this darker blue, although it's too dark. I think once I've added some white and some water and mixed it down, then we should be good. I'm only going to do another one more because it's so hot that my paint is drying out really quickly. So let's just put a bit more of that glass blue in, just mix a bit more of that in. But yeah, it is drying out very quickly. That just makes it a little bit lighter. Right, let's pop that there. And then literally all I do is I get my toothbrush. That's probably not going to work on the channel now because I'm recording. Dip it in, and because I'm left-handed, I hold it this way. And then you just, it's probably a bit watery, drag your toothbrush through. Now it is a bit watery, so I think if I'd done it, I'm just going to go around again, just to make some more feathery bits like that. Doesn't look very much at the moment, but as we say in the crafty world, trust the process, because you're going to be building this up. So let me get one that's a bit drier and I'll show you what I mean. So I think that one, yeah, that one's dry. So we're going to go back in, I think, with this lighter blue one. And just build, sorry, you can hear the children playing in the swimming pool, paddling pool outside. Let's just get a bit more on there, because not much on there. And although you can't necessarily see it, I can. It's just a matter of building up those colours. As I say, it is drying so quickly. Yeah, and that's the next colour. And then I leave it to dry again. And then you can either put, let's say, is that the one I've just done? Is that the one I just did? Yes, that's the one I just did. Try and find another one that's dry. It's got various stages in it. And then you could either, I've got a white marker which I'm going to go round with. Where's my white pen? There it is there. So I tend to just put a, I wonder if that's dried out. Gosh, has that dried? Do you know what? I think that has dried out already in the sun. That's not good, is it? I've got another one. Where's the other one? That has dried out in the sun. That's a white one as well. Do you know what? Gosh. Yeah. That's the trouble. Let's get my white Posca, but I think, sorry I'm knocking you, I think that's going to be too thick. What other white? I've got that one. Either that or I'll just paint it. Oh no, that one's okay. Let's just go through the middle. Or I could paint it with my white. Just put that in there a minute. And then we're going to go for another colour. So maybe I'm going to go for a little bit of white. Get my brush. Because I don't want to mix that one up with the blue. So I'm going to get a little bit of this metallic white. And I'm just going to put it down like that. Like that. And then I'm going to get my other blue, the lighter blue. A bit of that. With a bit of that. And mix that in. Hopefully you can see what I mean by it coming together, looking like a feather, literally a toothbrush. So again, that one I'm going to leave to dry, and then I might put, so it's very similar to the colour palette, I might put another colour on top, but I have got that one. Is that dry? Yeah, that's dry now. So let's go round, let's go through the middle again. I have to do that bit thicker, just so you can see it. I might go over it with the, where's my very thin brush? I don't know if this is the thinnest. I've got a thinner one. There we go, let's use that one. Put a bit on there. And once that metallic paint dries, it looks really good. Let's wipe that off there. And then I'm going to just clean my toothbrush. I don't mind if I've got a little bit of that blue on, because actually you could, you know, like this one, you can sort of mix and match. So let's just get most of that blue off. And wipe that off. And then we'll go for some of that pink. It hasn't dried up, no. Get a little bit of that on my brush. And again, I'm just gonna go round, take a bit of that excess off there. It's a bit too much there. And go like that. There we go. So hopefully you got the idea of that. And then you could put white up and just build it up. I will just go through, I think, when this is dry with a proper marker. So what I'll do, I'm going to clear these up, cut my feathers out, and then we'll do the mixed media page using these bits and pieces. I'll be back in a minute. Right, I'm back. My desk is an absolute mess. So all I've done is that's our colour palette, keep it there. I've cut out my feathers and I've kept quite a white edge around them because we've got white space. I've covered my calendar just with a piece of torn up white paper, and a lot of my colours have all sort of dried up really. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get some colour. Just going to wipe up, I've got a bit of wet there. Get some colour on the page. And oh, that one's not even open. I've not used that one before. So let's get that open. This one's just lilac. I've got the window open because it's so hot. Everything's going to blow around, I expect. But I'm hoping... Oh, that's why I want to use these up, because they've gone funny in the heat. Right, what I want is my sponge. Where's my sponge? Let's get that. Yeah, they're going all funny in the heat. Right, I'm just going to spray a bit of water on my sponge. And I just want to get a messy bit of background colour. Sort of. I think this sponge has nearly had it. Right, I'm going to have to replace that. I'm also just going to put a bit of this glass paint on. Just blob that around. It's going to look a bit of a mess to begin with. Let's just put that on. And I'm also going to a little bit of this metallic pink. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's dried up as well. Let me just get my needle on that quickly. Should have tested that first, shouldn't I? Didn't think that was going to be blocked. But to be fair, I haven't used it for a while, so let's just clean that over. Right, what have we got floating around everywhere? That's that and that's that. Right, let's hope a little bit should come out now. Okay, maybe not. I don't want to squeeze too tight because I know what'll happen. A whole lot will come flying out. Do a bit of a thicker needle. Maybe not. Where's that one? I thought I went all the way down. Right, hopefully that's cleared it. Should do, because I've got it on my cloth now. Right, let's get that out of the way. There we go. I only just want a little bit. Just a little bit of mess. Bit of water on my sponge. Let's see, it's drying quite quickly with the sun, that glass paint. I don't mind, that's fine. Do you know what? It's just a bit of a background colour. Right, and then I need a bit of blue, which I've got here, and I've got my toothbrush. So the same as the feathers, I'm just going to use a bit of this dried up blue. Oh look, doesn't take long, does it, in this heat at all. Let's just use that up. Whatever I've got left, I'll probably use in my side tuck journal. Right, that can go in there. I wonder if I put a bit of water in there. That's dried up, hasn't it? Yeah, right, we'll leave that to the side. and we'll sort that out in a minute. That's not a problem. Right, let me just dry this off. Just going to use my finger. I think we're all right with the colour palette. We're looking good, yeah. Do I need to dry it off? Because I'm just going to stick my feathers down first. So let me get my glue stick and a piece of, I don't want to use that because that's not scrap, is it? Let me get a piece of scrappage. That's a bit of scrap. Okay, glue stick. I'm just going to place these. Now, I haven't done any doodling on the feathers because I'm going to do some doodling once I've got it all on. This isn't my favourite one, so I'm going to pop that down there, and I'll probably put one over it. This is thicker. I might need something a bit. We'll see. I'm hoping that will stick. Normally once I've closed the book, put something heavy on it for a while, it does tend to stick. If not, I'll put some other glue on it in a minute. No, look, that's not going to stick, is it? Let's put some of this on. There we go. That will stick. It's funny, isn't it, with the weather, how things react differently. Actually, what I might do, because I know this will work, because this is as tough as anything. It's double-sided, and I don't mind actually if I've only got one bit down the middle, because if it sticks up slightly on the page, that just gives it a bit more effect. And yeah, if you're watching this and you want to have a go at this challenge, I'll link Amanda's channel on this, and if you go over to join her Facebook group, you just have to answer some questions on joining, and do you know what? I don't know. No, I'm not liking that. That one can go under there. Yeah, just answer some questions, join her Facebook group, and then she puts it all on her channel, and you can go back and do the first challenge or join in with this one if you would like to. And I have to say, if mixed media isn't your thing or you want to give it a go, then this is the best way to do it. There, I like that. Okay, so then we've got I meant to distress them slightly with the scissors before I put them on. So do you know what we're going to do? Get my scissors out. And distress these edges. Should have done them on the others actually. That's what I meant to do, but I didn't. So you don't have to use all of the prompts, but I do like to try and use them all, because it does get you out your comfort zone a little bit. And I say, I've used my glass paint, which, you know, I probably was never going to use for glass. So it gets you using up your bits and pieces as well. Right, let's put this one down. Then I've got one with the distress. I'm not liking that one at all, so I'm going to go over it with that one. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is put my sentiments on first. feathers appear. When angels are near. And I did doodle a bit around the edge of the sentiments. And then we've got fragile, which is going to go there. And then we've got yet. And then we've got resilient. And I'm going to go down there with that. Okay. So we have got a bit of white space. We've got the feathers. We've got the distressed edge. We haven't done doodling and we haven't done handwriting. So what I've got is, because I always like to use a stamp, I've got a couple of doodle stamps. So we're allowed to use black as our colour. So I'm just going to do just a couple of doodles. There we go. With the doodle stamp. Wipe that one. I don't want to use that more than twice. Get rid of that one. And then I've got this little doodle one here as well. And I'm going to pop that on. There. Just give that a wipe before it dries out. And then I just want my big block, which is here, because this is a bit of a big doodle, this one. But I do like this one. So let's just pop some ink on that one. And I'm going to do one there. Oh, that didn't come out so well, did it? It's because of all the other stuff underneath. That's fine, not a problem. We can go with that. I'm going to do one down here. There we go, that's fine, that's come out all right, that one. Let's just quickly rub that off. Cover that up. Got ink everywhere. Where's my black pen? Just put the lid on that glue. And I'm going to just fold that over. Put my hand there. And then I'm just going to go around the edge. Come down under there. Go up there. Little doodle there. Haven't smudged that, have I? No. And then maybe just coming down off here. A little bit there. That's a what is it? YOLO, I think. I'm just not doing it very well because yeah. And then so we've got feathers, we've got a bit of doodling, we've got a distressed edge on there, we've got a bit of white space, handwriting. So let's just do some handwriting, just a little bit. That'll do. That's it. That's all the handwriting I'm doing. So there we go. So that is my mixed media challenge week 3. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed. Sorry it's been a bit long. Hope you've enjoyed that. I'll just bring it down a little bit so you can see. And yeah, take care, crafty hugs, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.